Okay, so I think we're on game 7. We're on game 6, okay. Sounds good. So I'm pretty happy with my lineup. I don't think that I need any changes. The only person who's not hitting great is Palmer, but I think he's starting to get out of his slump a little bit, or rather, I am starting to get out of his slump a little bit. And I think our next pitcher is going to be Nomo. Okay, looks good. Actually, I'm going to take a quick look at the standings. So, okay, it's only 16 teams, and so far we've won 5 games and we have not lost any. Okay. And what about the schedule? Which game are we on here? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I think we're playing Philadelphia, it looks like. And it looks like it's finally going to be... Yes, it's finally going to be a home game. So our home opener will be today. Let's play ball. Sometimes it does that. Let's play ball. Alright, here we are at beautiful Cubs Stadium.
Welcome to Wrigley Field. In tonight's game, the Philadelphia Phillies take on the Chicago Cubs. Batting first, the second baseman.
Okay, so Nomo has fastball, curveball, changeup, and split finger. And let's see what the Philadelphia team is like. So part of the reason that I chose the Cubs is, well, I love Wrigley Field. It's a great field with that like the vines in the background, and then we also got like the brick wall. But also because I love their uniforms. They're just such a classic uniform. I love the pinstripes. It always looks good. When I was playing Little League, I was in the summer league, and we had a pinstripe uniform, and it looked a lot like the Yankees uniform. And I felt so cool every time I got to go out on the field in that uniform. I felt very cool. It's a long fly ball, but it's gonna get caught.
Batting third, the shortstop, Sean Green. Strike.
Another long fly ball, but it's gonna get another out, unfortunately.
Batting fourth, the right fielder, Sammy Sosa.
Ooh, no, I don't think so. Almost. Okay, no, 1 hit, no runs.
Tony Clark. Strike. Batting second, the left fielder, David Justice. Ball one. Batting third, the right fielder, Matt Lupton.
Looks like the Phillies lineup is nothing crazy so far. Nice.
Leadoff batter, the third
I want to see if I can...
baseman, Palmer.
Oh, I can turn on pitch cam. Okay, so this might be a little confusing, but I'll explain when it gets my turn to pitch why I chose that setting.
Batting second, the first baseman,
Basically, because I was watching over my previous recordings, and it's not super obvious like when I'm pitching versus when the computer is pitching. So I'm gonna change that setting to make it a little clearer.
Batting third, the second baseman, Todd Walker.
Okay.
Batting first.
So now you can see that the camera is different. So instead of looking from behind the plate, we're looking from the pitcher's mound. I think this is going to be easier for like people watching to tell when I'm pitching versus when I'm batting. So right now I'm pitching. And I do usually prefer to play with this setting. I think it's a little bit more, I don't know, cinematic or something. And I also like being able to see the brick wall in the back. I like the brick wall at Wrigley. Makes me happy. I was recently watching this a Blue Jays game, and they had the worst like wall behind home plate. It was just basically one big screen. Because I haven't watched Blue Jays games in a long time. It was like the first year that I was actually watching them again. But the entire back wall was taken up with advertisements. Like, but it was in my opinion, to a rather obnoxious extent. And it's like, I'm not watching baseball for advertisements. It's just so. So in comparison to that, this lovely blank brick wall at Wrigley Field is like just a wonderful thing. I'm sure in the modern day it's full of advertisements. That was a very timely strikeout. So Jeff King's still hitting ridiculously well. He's hitting 610, a little less now. Oh, an error. I'm seeing more errors in this season. I don't know if it's just random chance or what. Alright. That's going to be a base hit. I find that it always takes me a little bit of time for my offense to get going. I think it is just a matter of forcing myself to calm down. So here we have one of those frustrating hits that could be a home run or could not be. And it was not.
Batting fifth, the shortstop, Sean Green.
But that should be a hit. I'm not going to be able to score, unfortunately.
Batting sixth, the right fielder, Sammy Sosa. Ball one.
It does seem like they're pitching around him. Oh, man. Not quite. Top of the fourth, still tie game. I was watching, well, if I start rambling about things, I'm gonna not be able to score probably. But I was watching a very old World Series game, the 1952 World Series, in fact, and I found it so fascinating, just like from the historical perspective of what it was like back then. Really, really interesting. What do I want to throw? Let's try the old change up in on the hands. Very nice. Yeah, it's just interesting how much the game has changed, like, but also how it stayed the same. Like, there is something rather timeless about baseball sometimes.
Batting second, the first baseman, Gary Sheffield. Batting third, the second baseman, Todd Walker.
Todd Walker is a little bit of a weak link. His batting is really good, but his power is not. I'm wondering how much that's actually affecting how much he gets on base. That should drop. And I'm gonna sneak to second. There we go. So finally we're on the board.
Batting fourth, the catcher, Jeff King.
And there's no outs, so I have a good chance to get a few more runs in this inning. Should not have swung. Should drop. Yep.
Now batting, the pitcher, Hideo Nomo.
And an RBI single for our pitcher. Oh, he chased that right into the infield. I think I can get 2 runs on that. That's a weird bug that happens sometimes where if you get a hit through the middle of just the right like speed, I think, then the infielder will like chase it way into the outfield, and then you can get you can either score a run or like get extra bases on that. Yeah, that's a tricky one. Those kinds of hits, I don't know whether they're gonna drop or not, so I don't know whether I should run. I wish it was just a little easier to tell.
Now batting, the shortstop, Sean Green. Batting ninth, the right fielder, Sammy Sosa. Ball one.
Nah.
Now batting, the third baseman, Dean Palmer.
Very nice.
Now batting, the first baseman, Gary.
So I was able to score enough that they changed their pitcher. So let's see how this guy throws. It's probably gonna get caught. Well, that was a good inning. 5 runs.
First, the right fielder, Matt Lupton.
If everything continues to go like that, then I think we should be fine for this game. Oh,
Batting second,
I am surprised that I caught that.
Wade Wood. Now batting, the shortstop, Alex Gonzalez. Strike.
I used to play third base back when I was playing baseball as a kid. They put me there because I had a good arm and I was a pretty good fielder, and I was also was never terribly fast, and I didn't really like the outfield for that reason, but I quite enjoyed third base. I whenever I got the chance to like make a play, throw to first, I always felt very cool. I was not a very good hitter though.
Batting second, the catcher, Jeff King.
My greatest hitting achievement was getting inside the park home run when I was like 11, I think, but my coach was mad at me because he was at third base. He was our third base coach, and he waved at me to not run to home, and I ignored him, and I kept running, and I scored. I slid head first, which you're also not supposed to do in Little League, and I scored. And he was really mad at me, so he took me off the starting lineup because of that. And I was in return very mad at him because I was like, well, I made the right call, and he's like, well, it doesn't matter, you have to listen to me, and I was like, well, that doesn't seem right. So I had problems with authority as well. I still have problems with authority, but it was very interesting. That was an interesting little tete-a-tete that I had with my coach back then. I think in retrospect he was probably correct. I kind of realized that as an adult that like you should generally listen to what your coaches tell you to do. It just so happened that I scored on that play, but
Leadoff batter, the catcher, Javi Lopez. Batting second, the first baseman, Tony Clark. He's gone. Now batting, the left.
I've never gotten an inside the park home run in this game, though. I don't think it's possible. Okay, let's see if I can catch it at the wall. That is weird. The ball disappeared. I caught it so hard that the ball disappeared.
Batting fourth, the right fielder,
I'm glad it wasn't a home run. That would have been not great. I think I can get him out at first.
They turn the double play.
There we go.
Batter, the right fielder, Sammy Sosa. Batting second, the third baseman, Dean Palmer. Strike one.
Those are really my Achilles heel. Oh, fuck. I was not paying attention. No! Oh, God, that was so... He did that with such, like... He tagged me out so rudely. He, like, barely touched me and then immediately swiveled around and ran back to first base. That's hilarious.
Now batting, the first baseman, Gary Sheffield.
I think I can get a double out of that.
Batting fourth, the second baseman, Todd Walker. Ball one. Strike one. Batting fifth, the catcher, Jeff King. Batting sixth, the pitcher, Hideo Nomo. Ball one.
Ooh. Weird play.
Batting first, the third baseman.
Oh, I think Nomo's getting tired. Probably have to pull him.
Batting second,
Yes. So, who do we got?
Gonzalez.
Let's do Scott Radinsky.
Now pitching, Scott
He hasn't had an appearance yet, so give him some playing time. It's they have Craig Biggio pinch hitting. What the hell? Why don't they have him on the starting lineup? That's so weird. Their lineup can't possibly be. They can't possibly have a better player than him starting. That's weird.
Batting first, the center fielder, Tom.
I might actually. I think after this game, I'm gonna take a look at trades, and I'm gonna see if it's possible to maybe trade a few of my utility guys. Because if they've got Craig Biggio on their bench, like they can't be. I don't know how the game like determines the value of players necessarily. But Craig Biggio is a player that Craig Biggio is a player that I always try to draft if I can. It's one of my favorites.
Batting second, the left fielder, Tim Salmon.
Yeah. I didn't give myself... I don't think I gave myself trade advantage, so that means that they're going to want like an equal trade. I think that'll drop. It did not. I'm going to be thrown out. Okay. That's too bad. Top of the ninth. This game went by really quickly. Yeah, they have Wilton Guerrero playing infield, so who is definitely not as good as Craig Biggio. That's strange.
Batting second, the center fielder, Michael Tucker. Ball one. Strike one.
So I'm doing this because, as I've explained before, there is a small chance that if you throw to a base with a runner, that it'll tag them out.
Batting third, the catcher, Javi Lopez.
Okay.
Batting fourth, the first baseman, Tony Clark.
I don't think... I'm trying to understand the Craig Biggio thing. I don't think fatigue is a thing in this game. Like, it is with pitchers. Pitchers get fatigued, but I don't know if, like, infielders and outfielders get fatigued. I'm really not sure. If they do, then it's like a hidden mechanic. Very strange. Nomo threw a really good game. Okay, let me take a look at... So first I'm going to save. And then I'm going to take a look at trades. So let's say I want to get rid of people I'm not really using. So Guillen. Let's just say Guillen. And then let me find Philadelphia. See if I can get Biggio. Yeah, they're not going to take that. So what if I offer two guys? Ah, so it needs to be an equal number of players, I see. So I mean Craig Biggio, and I'll pick one like really bad player. Okay, give me someone even worse than that guy. Give me Bip Roberts. I've never heard that name before. Okay, give me Bip Roberts. Interesting. What if instead of Hamilton I gave you someone even better? I don't know. I've never really used the trading mechanic very much in this game, so I don't know how it weights it. No, it really doesn't want to get rid of Craig Biggio. Alright, well, it was worth a try. I'm just curious about that. Who's kicking around in free agency? So I guess at any time really you can just like get rid of someone and try to find someone better, which is kind of cool. Is that the Curtis? Wait a minute. Curtis Goodwin is still undrafted? Oh, wait, he's not as good as I thought he was. Okay, I don't know, I was confused for a second. Let's see. Yeah, the guys left over aren't aren't very good. Just kind of like... Well, that Joe Carter was good, but this is when he was older. And by 98, he was older. Very interesting. Okay. Alright, let's play ball.
Good afternoon. This is Dave Niehaus, and welcome to Wrigley Field. In today's game, the Philadelphia Phillies.
He says that really weird. Wrigley Field. Okay. Let's, oh, I forgot to do that. Let's, change the pitch cam. Alright. Oh, now they have Craig Biggio. Why didn't they have him last game? Fucking hell, of course. I wonder why they didn't have him playing last game. Maybe he had an injury. I don't know. I don't know how this game works.
Batting second, the center fielder, Michael Tucker. Strike one. Now batting, the catcher, Javi Lopez. Strike.
I love day games at Wrigley Field. It's like my favorite. Not that I've ever been there in person. I wish.
Tony Clark. Out.
Is this Randy Johnson pitching?
Center fielder, Tom
Yes, it is. So, the fascinating thing about when Randy Johnson is pitching here is he's actually really easy to hit. Except for there. But in my experience, he throws a lot of strikes. Not that time, but in general, I think he does. Unless I'm mistaken, but I don't think so. So there we go.
That evens it at my, oh my. Batting fourth, the right fielder, Sammy Sosa.
And my timing was not very good at that, in that case.
Now batting, the left fielder, David Justice. Strike.
I just had the thought that, like, obviously this game lets you trade anytime you want, but I was trying to trade with the Phillies, like, in the middle of a series with them. Imagine if that happened in real life. Like, hey, other team that we're currently about to have another game with, could you give us your star player, Craig Biggio, for a couple of nobodies just before our next game? Just imagine if that actually happened. They'd be like, no? It's kind of ludicrous.
Now batting, the third baseman, Wade Boggs. Strike one.
Is my first baseman just really short? Why does he look like a tiny man?
Strike three. Take a seat. Batting fourth, the shortstop, Alex Gonzalez.
Nice catch.
Batting first, the third baseman, Dean Palmer.
Oh man. Bad swing. Bad swing. A 10 would have beat that.
First baseman, Gary Sheffield.
Is it gonna drop? It is not.
Batting fourth, the catcher, Jeff King.
Jeff, your average has dropped below 600. Gonna have to have a talk with him.
Batting first, the pitcher.
Fucking Randy Johnson, 7 foot tall. It's crazy. I remember watching him pitch actually
Now batting,
on TV when he was old. He was like one of his last years, I think, and he oh fuck, why did I do that? I was too busy talking about Randy Johnson. He's such a weird guy, but I really liked watching him because he was really interesting. And he threw this like I forget what you call it, but it was like a really slow pitch, and the batter was so confused, and it was such an interesting thing. I guess when you're at that stage of your career, it's like whatever, you could just kind of fuck around, but it was really cool to watch. A little known thing that I haven't done yet is you can, between plays, you can just I wanted to demonstrate this. You can just randomly start running around, and you can do this indefinitely. The game will let you do this, like, you know, for hours if you want to. It's I used to do it as a kid, but it's just a funny little thing. All right.
batting first, the pitcher, James Baldwin.
So could that be a base hit, or is he gonna throw me out? Oh, okay.
Batting second,
So he's only what? He is.
Goodwin.
We have Goodwin and Baldwin. Good cop, bad cop. Good win, bad win. Oh, it actually was fair. I thought it was gonna be foul. I generally prefer the National League
Batting third,
because I like when pitchers get to hit.
seven. Strike one.
It's an interesting aspect to the game. I think the DH position is, I know there's a lot of controversy about it. I think having the pitcher hit is more interesting.
The shortstop, Sean Green.
And then you get like, what's his name? That pitcher who hit home runs.
Batting fifth,
The short guy, short stubby guy. Can't remember. Oh, Bartolo Colon. Yeah, he used to hit home runs, and he always looked so surprised. He was like, oh, he couldn't believe it either. It's a strange decision from the AI because it might have been able to
batting sixth, the third
get a double play, but it just
homer.
didn't.
Leadoff batter, the first baseman, Tony Clark. He's gone. Batting second, the left fielder, David Justice. Strike. Batting third, the right fielder, Matt Lupton. Strike. Batting fourth, the third baseman, Wade Boggs. Say hey.
No! Yo, brutal. That was not a good time for an error. I'm gonna be extra careful about how I pitch to this guy. Oh boy. Yep, that's gonna score the run. So luckily Randy Johnson is up, and we should be able to get him out, I think. I just love how absurdly tall he is compared to the umpire. Okay. So that's good, but now it's tied again.
Now batting, the first baseman, Gary Sheffield. Batting second, the second baseman, Todd Walker.
I shouldn't be swinging at those low balls. I remember Randy Johnson being easier to hit than this.
Batting third, the catcher, Jeff King.
Oh fuck, nah. Bad plate discipline.
Batting first, the second baseman, Craig Biggio. Strike one.
Yikes. Just missed that one.
Now batting, the center fielder, Michael Tucker.
I think it would be very fun to stream this game on like Twitch or YouTube or whatever. I tried to figure that out. I was getting trouble. It wasn't a problem with Twitch or YouTube, like that part was fine. It was the problem with the emulator that I'm using is not that I'm using an emulator. I mean, of course I'm using a real Nintendo 64, but it doesn't like going full screen. So, or rather, it doesn't like being windowed when it's like the application doesn't want to be windowed when I'm streaming, and it causes like a whole bunch of lag. So I tried to make it go full screen. I was trying to play on full screen, but in that case, it just didn't work at all with the streaming. So I'm not really sure. It's a problem of the software I'm using for sure, not the streaming service or the streaming platform. So that fell in. Let it fall, let it fall. Ah.
Now batting, the first baseman, Tony Clark.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh Lord. Oh. That would have put them in the lead. So I'm very glad that that was not a home run.
Now batting, the right fielder, Matt Lupton.
So far I haven't had any injuries, which is good. There is a statistic in the game, or like a rating, an attribute that's like, ooh, that was a high strike, like that is durability. And you see it when you're creating players. I'm not sure how it works for existing players. Like I guess they have a durability stat, but it's not visible. Like you can look at their ratings and it's not there. It's a hidden stat. So that said, I'm not sure if there are certain batters or certain players who are more susceptible to injury. I mean, I imagine yes. But again, it's not something that the game shows you. And I have a pretty good knowledge of like this season of baseball, but I don't know enough about it to know like who was prone to injury. Alright, we're still tied. And Baldwin is tired. You can hear that little noise. That means that he's tired, and also when the cursor starts flashing. So let's put someone in. I think Acevedo is my best reliever. Because he's a 7 and a 7 in control and speed. So
He goes down on strikes.
So it's Acevedo is gonna get the winner of the loss in this game. The sound design is actually really good. Like you can hear the not just the crowd, but like train horns in the background. You hear like police sirens sometimes. I'm gonna keep Acevedo in because I want him to continue pitching. Even though so they have a new pitcher in as well. Oh, okay. Now that Acevedo is on base, do I want to switch him up? I think it's worth putting in a pinch runner actually, because I remember I learned in that other game that when it's close like this, when it's a close game, it's important to have a guy who can run. Should not have swung. That was low, so I'm gonna try to steal on the next pitch. That was a really good jump. So Win is in the scoring position. All I need is like one more good pitch, and I should be able to. Oof. Should be able to capitalize. See what he throws. Here's a good take. No, that's not gonna drop. Wow, that guy's arm sucks. Nah, unfortunately that's gonna be the end of the inning unless there's an error. Okay. So, who do I want?
Batting first, the second baseman, Craig Biggio. Batting second, the center fielder.
Very close game. This one's a lot of fun. Just have to not let a home run. So far, so good. Should be able to get this. Oh man, that was garbage.
Batting second, the third baseman, Dean Palmer. Strike one.
Nah. Yeah, this guy's not giving me anything good to hit.
Batting third, the first baseman, Gary Sheffield.
And I'm not seeing the ball very well. There we go. Very strange that it threw. Never seen that before. I don't want to steal because Gary Sheffield is not a great runner. This guy's hard to hit. Oh man, I thought that was gonna curve. Top of the ninth. Very possible that we'll go into extra innings here.
second, the left fielder, David Justice.
I think I can get that.
Batting third, the right fielder, Matt Lupton. Strike.
All right. Yes, as King Griffey Jr.'s pre-recorded voice line says, it is indeed crunch time. Crunch line. I should have got a pinch hitter in there. It's okay. Run, 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 run. He might make it. Oh, yes. Okay, so I'm definitely going to try to steal here.
Now batting, the left fielder, Tim Salmon. Strike.
Does he have the speed to leg it out? It's going to be close. Oh, not quite. All right, here we are in extra innings. It's actually quite fun. I enjoy that.
Batting second, the shortstop, Alex Gonzalez.
Wow, these guys just can't hit. Can't hit my Belinda. Okay, guys. Crunch time. Estalon Yan, what a name. He's a sidewinder, which is not great because again, I find sidearm pitchers harder to hit. Oh man, I'm just swinging at everything. Oh, just barely didn't get enough of it.
Leadoff batter, the second baseman, Craig Biggio. Batting second, the center fielder, Michael Tucker. Now batting, the catcher, Javi Lopez.
Oof. Hearing that loud bat crack sound is so scary. Because sometimes it means he's getting a home run. Nah. Anyone faster would have made that.
Now batting, the catcher, Jeff King.
Man, I am swinging at everything.
The first baseman, Tony Clark. Strike.
Let's see.
Strike.
And perhaps I can get him out with a breaking ball of some kind.
Batting second, the left fielder, David Justice.
No. Ooh, okay, so they're on base now.
Batting third, the right fielder, Matt Lupton.
And Belinda's already tired. So, let's get someone else in.
Now pitching, Jason Christensen. Strike.
I can't remember the last time I actually went to extra innings in this game.
Strike two.
Oh, he went to tag him. Interesting. Great pitch. Now the computer is sending in all these pinch hitters. I might do the same thing actually.
Now playing third base, Matt Williams.
But I also don't want to go through all of my pitchers. So I'll just get him out. The problem is I just cannot see these pitches. Oh, he's probably gonna get on here. Excellent.
Now batting the left fielder, Tim Salmon.
So it's gonna move. Oh no, it didn't move him over. I thought he was gonna make that.
Batting fourth, the shortstop, Sean Green.
He's giving me these very difficult pitches. Very difficult. Nah. Top of the 13th. Wow, I cannot remember a time when I played so many innings.
Strike two. Strike three.
Look at his reaction. It's great. Well, I can't figure out their pitching, and they can't figure out my pitching either.
The second baseman, Craig Biggio.
At least it wasn't a home run.
Batting fourth, the center fielder, Michael Tucker. Strike.
Better not steal on me.
Strike two.
So I know it's probably annoying that I'm constantly throwing to first, but I just don't want to. Oh, please don't tell me that's gonna. Yeah. Sometimes those little dribblers, when the guy is fast enough, that's what happens.
The catcher, Javi Lopez.
Alright, bottom of the 13th. This is crazy.
Now batting the right fielder, Sammy Sosa.
But this actually is a good thing with the new pitcher because
Strike one.
he might be easier to hit. That's going to go in for a base hit. Probably.
Batting second, the third baseman, Dean Palmer.
Run, 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 run. Come on, come on, come on. Ah! I didn't get him started fast enough. Okay, this guy is throwing strikes.
Gary Sheffield.
God damn.
Batting fourth, the second baseman, Todd Walker.
Jeez, this is intense.
Baseman, Tony Clark.
I don't, maybe my hitting is just really bad. I mean, clearly it is, but like,
Fielder.
maybe my timing is just off.
Batting third, the right fielder, Matt Lupton. Strike one.
But at this rate, all my pitchers are going to be exhausted.
Batting fourth, the third baseman, Matt Williams. Ball one.
So he's already tired, but that's okay because the inning is over.
Leadoff batter,
And I will pull him. I will choose a pinch hitter when my pitcher is up to bat.
ball one.
Oh, just missed that one. Okay, so Let's put in Jeff Kent. That should fall. Should be able to get a double.
Batting third, the center fielder, Tom Goodwin. Out. Batting fourth, the
Tim Salmon 0 for 6.
Ball one. Strike.
Can I score? No, I can't score.
Now batting, the shortstop, Sean Green.
Oh, shit. If I just waited, if I just taken that pitch. Crazy. Top of the 15th. I don't know what the, off the top of my head, I don't know what the, like, longest extra innings game it was. I imagine much longer than this. Oh yeah, Bip Roberts. I love that name. That's the guy that I tried to trade for. He wouldn't let me. Well, I think he didn't let me because they just didn't want to give up Craig Biggio, which is very fair. I also wouldn't want to give up Craig Biggio. Okay, so we're out of the inning. Bottom of the 15th. Wow, they're going through our entire bullpen. His entire bullpen. Come on, man. Those throws to first make me so anxious. Oh fuck! I was a hair off. It was almost a home run. I swung at that out of pure desperation. There we go, walk-off home run. Man, that was quite a game. Quite a game. That was a ton of fun. I was not at all sure that I was going to win that one. Sweet. Very nice. I agree. Sometimes, Dave Meehouse, you say that, and I don't agree. But this time, that is what Major League Baseball is all about. Well said. Okay. Yeah, crazy. I want to see how many pitchers we went through. Or how many people they went through. It's like their entire team. Wow. Oh my god. I had 1, 2, 3, 4. They had five pitchers. And I had 5 pitchers. Yeah. Crazy. That was a lot of fun.